Alright, welcome back everyone. I guess I was talking last week about being indecisive about finding a game to play. And, saying that I have all these games back here, and I have games over there, and games over there, and I can't find anything to play. I read everybody's comments, and I had a couple of good conversations with people. A. Crosby actually said that, when you get older, you get more indecisive. I hope that's not the case, because we were basically saying, once we get to the retirement home, I'll be playing Super Mario Brothers and he'll be playing Pong. But I finally made up my mind on the game I want to play. And usually when I am indecisive as to what I want to play, it's because I want to play something different. Usually what I'm playing is FIFA 14 or Call of Duty Ghosts, and I really don't want to play Ghosts, but I just play with a buddy for a quick match. I wanted to sink my teeth into a good storyline with a completely different kind of gameplay than I'm used to. And what I decided to play was, after looking through all my games here, was Catherine on the PS3. Storylines are great. And it's just a puzzle game. That's really all it is. It's challenging, but simple at the same time. So, yeah, that's what I'm playing. Anyways, I was in Michigan last weekend, and I missed out on that Target deal. Most of it, anyways. We'll get into that later on. But while I was down there in Michigan, I was at the Toys R Us sale, and it had everything priced at 90% off, as many of you know in the US. Most of it was picked through, but I was able to get Skylanders Giants on the 3DS. And I know in Canadian Retro is probably going, oh man, that's great. As you can see, there's a $50 price tag on here. I ended up getting this for $5. After the fact, I read up here, Portal Owner's Pack. So you have to own the Portal already to buy this. I don't have the Portal, so I guess that's something I want to look out for. I'm not jumping into this game, I guess, as much as some other people on YouTube. Currently, I have one character, and his name is Tree Rex, and that's because it came in here. But I may get a couple characters. Like, I know Spyro is one of them. I may want to get him. Other than that, I don't know. I just want to play the game and kind of see if it's good. I know a lot of people have been picking these up lately, the Skylander games anyways, and giving it a shot, and they've been saying good things about it, so I thought, you know what, for $5 and whatever it's going to cost me for the Portal, I'll give this one a go. Next up, I went to a Value Village, and I found a GameCube silver GameCube controller. This was $3.99 or $2.99. These are probably going to go up in value when the new Smash Brothers comes out, so they're already hard to find, but if you can find these cheap, pick them up. If you want to keep them for yourself, or if you just want to sell them and make a little bit of money back, they're always good to pick up. Also, while I was there, another one that Canadian Retro will have picked up is Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Again, I saw this at Value Village. It was $3.99, and again, once I find the Portal, I can try it out with my one character. I'm not too worried about the characters, because I see them everywhere. All the thrift stores have them now, pawn shops have them, game stores even have them, so if I ever want a character, I can just find them pretty easily. So, next up, I went to a Goodwill, and I went on half price day, and picked up quite a few PS3 games. First up is the Orange Box, and I have this on the 360, and I hear the 360 version is superior to this one. This one was priced at $4, so half off was $2. So for a game like this, you can't turn it down for $2. Next up is Resistance Follow Man, and for those of you who have watched my PS3 collection, this is the game that got me back into console gaming. So it's basically World War II, which I'm all about, and it's got a twist on it, you know, the Chimera coming up. But again, this was $4, and half off of that is $2. Another game I picked up is Ferrari Challenge, and again, this was $2. It looked interesting enough to at least give it a try. Next is Star Wars Force Unleashed. I hear kind of mixed things about this one, but again, for $2, again, I'm not going to complain about that. I'll give it a go, see if it's for me. If it's not, then I'll just trim the fat at some point. Last PS3 game I picked up, and this one actually goes for a bit of money. The Simpsons game. I don't know why it goes for it, but it's worth about $20 for some reason. At least on price charting. This was a Blockbuster rental, but everything's there, everything's in mint condition, so, you know, I figured why not. I just finished the South Park game, so I don't know if this is going to be as good as South Park, probably not, but I'm a fan of The Simpsons as well. Not really the newer stuff, but more of the older stuff. Next up on the PS2, I picked up, all those PS3 games, if I didn't mention it, were all $2 a piece. Next up was Red Faction on the PS2. I have this already, I've already played through it. It's a great game, highly recommended. I couldn't remember for the life of me if my copy of Red Faction was the greatest hits version or not, so I picked this up. Turned out it was not the greatest hits version, but I think this one's in better shape than the one I had, so I'm going to keep this one. And the last pickup from that Goodwill is Alter Echo. I don't know too much about this game, but this one had an interesting cover, and the back kind of looked somewhat interesting. And that's how I used to buy games when I was a kid. Is you go buy the cover, and you go, oh man, that looks cool. And I pick it up, and then you get home and it sucks. So hopefully it doesn't suck. But this one was priced at $6, so half off that's $3. If it sucks, it's only $3, right? Next, I went to another Value Village, and I picked up Off-Road, Super Off-Road. And when I saw, I'll say this was $6, so I can get the price right off. This I saw like this. And when I saw it like this, I kind of thought it was a Super Nintendo version, but it's not. This is actually it says at the bottom, for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive systems. So this is the Genesis and Mega Drive version. Never seen a case like this before, but basically the top slides off and then you got the game, and you know, the manual would be there if it was there. I'm looking online to get a manual for this and just completing it, so big fan of the Super Off-Road series. Next, let's start talking about Target. I heard kind of a story as to why there's so many deals at Target lately. And this is kind of just a story that someone told me, and I don't know if it's 100% true, but it kind of makes sense. So basically the story I heard is that there was a vice president or a director of purchasing in the electronics section. And what this person did is they over-purchased their inventory. So the games kind of just sat there. They'd buy like maybe 10 of them, and they just sit there in the store. And for those of you who have a general kind of accounting background, you don't want to keep a high amount of inventory in stock. Walmart has a perfect inventory system where, you know, something sells, they replace it right away. But they don't keep a high level of inventory on hand. So anyways, all these Targets were holding up a big amount of inventory, and they were not selling because the prices are, you know, what you can get anywhere. So why would you get it at Target? So All this extra inventory is just sitting there. It's costing them money, and they ended up getting rid of that person and hiring someone new. So the new person decided, okay, you know what, I want to clear off all this inventory that this person had purchased, and I just want to start from scratch and do it the right way. So that's why they're having these sales, at least what I heard. They want to get rid of all the inventory so they can start from scratch and keep a more manageable level of inventory, which won't cost them as much money to hold on to. Because in case you haven't known, at least maybe the Americans, Target in Canada is actually losing money. So this is one of the ways to kind of cut costs. Anyways, while I was during the week, I picked up a few things. I missed out on a lot of sales because I was in Michigan. And I actually found out about this sale through CGR's Facebook page. So when I started driving back to Michigan, I would stop at Target and kind of see if they had anything left. Most of the stuff is cleared out, so I wasn't able to get everything I wanted. I did pick up a few things. First thing here is an 8 gig memory card for the PlayStation Vita. This was $7. Next up is Dead Rising Riptide, and this again was $7. Next up, a very unusual purchase here is Ultra Street Fighter 4, and this came out last month. I stopped in London, Ontario, and found this for $12. I asked the employee, I was actually walking out with nothing, and I happened to look down and I saw Ultra Street Fighter 4 sitting there, and it had $11.99 as the price tag. So I asked an employee, is that the correct price? And he said, yeah, for some reason it's ringing up in our system as $12. So I went ahead and picked it up, obviously. The thing with Target in Canada is every single Target has different deals, and you can't price match one Target's deal with another Target. So when I got back to my area, this game was sitting there and it was $39.99. So I think I did pretty well on this one, $12. Next up is Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, and a lot of people picked this one up. This was $10. And the very last thing I picked up is this chat pad and headset for the 360, and this was $9. Let's go to these ones. The next set of pickups was at a Salvation Army, and I notice a lot of times Salvation Armies have their games in the back, and people are just stealing everything. So I ended up getting a whole bunch of cases, but because, like I mentioned before, I can't just go up to someone and say, can I just have these? I feel like I need to purchase something. So I ended up purchasing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I have this already, but again, because I needed to purchase something, I decided this was the best one to get. That was actually still there. When I went up to the counter, I asked her how much was the game, and she said initially said $5, and I said, you know, I found all these here, and they're all empty. Can I just have them? She said, yeah, no problem. And then for some reason, she charged me $3 for this. So I don't know why, but this is complete. Pretty much all the games I picked up today were complete except for the Super Off-Road. But yeah, $3 for Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. And the free games I picked, or not free games, but the free cases I picked up, they're all PSP cases, mainly for movies, and I think there's one game case in here. First one is Sahara. Next up is Terminator 2. Viva la Bam, Volume 1. The Punisher. And lastly, Prince of Persia Revelations. Like I said before, these are all empty cases. Did have the manual for this one, and a couple of the movies have the manual, but big deal. So basically what I'll do is, with those is, I'll probably just swap out a bunch of cases I have that may be broken, or games that I only have the UMD for. I'll just put them in these and print off the cover or something like that. Next up, I went back to that Value Village where I got Skylanders and that GameCube controller, and I picked up some Sega Saturn games. Second time I've ever seen these in a thrift store. They're all priced at $10 a piece, but the first one here is Aliens Trilogy. All the games I'm about to show you are in really good shape, but the cases are messed up. So I gotta replace the cases. So yeah, Aliens Trilogy, $10. Sonic 3D Blast, again, $10. And then the gem out of the three is Mr. Bones for $10. Next, I went to Value Village in my area, and they had a bunch of strategy guides they just put out, and like a lot of them. I'll just show you here. A lot of strategy guides. Obviously, I want them, as many as I wanted, but they're all priced at $2.99 a piece, and Value Villages in our area have books priced at $2.99, but if you buy 4, you get the 5th one free. Well, I have more than 4 here, so I got a couple of these for free. But yeah, they're all $2.99 again, like I said before. Let's go through them. First one here is Halo 3. Quake 4. Splinter Cell Double Agent. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. A guide I can actually use, Grand Theft Auto 4. As many of you know who have been with the channel for a while, I have tried to play through this game multiple times, and I always get sidetracked and lose interest in it. So the last time I started playing through it, I got a lot further than I previously did, but maybe this guide will help me get through it. Next up is Call of Duty 2. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Jade Empire. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Doom 3. And the last one here is Lost Odyssey. I do have the games for all these strategy guides, so that's the main reason I picked them all up. Last but not least, my local game store, We Got Games. I go there at least once a week, and I end up staying for usually an hour at least, just talking to the guys. I was talking to them on Thursday, and I was talking about, I was kind of complaining how I was trying to sell stuff on Kijiji, and people were just lowballing me, like, non-stop. For example, I was selling Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario All-Stars with the manual. Donkey Kong Country I had it at $15, and All-Stars I had at $25. And basically, I was getting, people responding, well, one guy responding especially, saying, hey, will you do $15 for both of these games? And I flat out said no. And I got these texts when I was in the store, so I was kind of telling one of the employees about this, and he was saying, well, why don't you just bring them in and I'll give you what you're asking for them. So I ended up going home, grabbing the games, bringing them back, and then telling him, oh, I have a couple more games at home if you're interested. And it was basically Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart 64. And we worked out a price that he was going to give me $45 for the 2 games, and the next day I would bring them back in and trade them in for $45. While I was there, though, he mentioned on Friday that they had a bunch of games come in, and basically ended up being an even swap, the 2 games for these 5 plus a case. So let's get into it. First, this is just a case for Revenge of Shinobi. they had purchased a bunch of Sega Genesis games and a system, and for some reason, I guess the person who purchased those, this lot, didn't check every single game, or maybe they overlooked it or whatever. But when I saw this sitting there, they had it priced at $10. I was going to pay $10 for it, but when I got it in my hands, like I said, it was empty, so they ended up just giving me the case. So anyways, the 5 games that we did work out in the trade, a couple of Dreamcast games here, Crazy Taxi 2, Wild Metal, the last one is Worms Armageddon. I saw this sitting by the counter, and you said you'd throw it in with it, the Warriors. A lot of people are picking this up and talking very highly of it, so when I saw it sitting by the cash, I said, oh, let's toss this one in as well. And the gem of the trade is a Sega Master System game, and it's Wonder Boy 3, the Dragon's Trap, and this is the game I actually really wanted. So I opened it up, and like I said, it's complete. So it's the one I wanted out of the whole lot. So it kind of boosts up my Master System collection, I guess, by one. These are hard to find though. He had a whole bunch of them come in, and unfortunately I had most of what was traded in, but I didn't have this one. And like I said, we worked out a trade, and I think we both ended up in a good situation. So anyways, those are the finds of the week, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to everyone else's videos. Until next time, take care.